Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, October 3rd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I'll do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represent 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol KXIN. Big mover today. And to think that just yesterday the thing was down here, around the 15-cent mark, now all the way up here. So a lot of volume today, and definitely got to think a lot of people are watching this one moving forward. So like I said, let's map out some technical levels on this one. And we'll start with areas of resistance and nothing complicated here. Really just a question of where did the party ultimately stop today? And that was up there at 0.366. But another level I'm curious about is I just want to get this overarching, get this trend line into play here. So I'm curious if that will play a role into things also moving forward. And I'll change up the look just to kind of separate it. So a couple different areas right around there. Again, maybe you don't like those sorts of upwards trend lines. That's fine. But like I said, I think that could very realistically play a role moving forward. But pointer being is, any way you look at it, right here around this area is definitely going to be a challenge, not impossible, but certainly a challenge given there is quite a bit of resistance up around that area. Now, in terms of levels of support, main level to watch and what I would call the ideal level, you say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest? Let me change that to green. And that would be if the price can stay up here above the 27-cent mark. Now, don't get me wrong, if the price falls below 27, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But if it can stay above there, that would be a great sign of power. But from the big picture standpoint, just watch that purple line there, 50 period, simple moving average, keyword being moving. As time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So from the overarching point of view, as long as the price is above that purple line, the bulls are in full health. But anyway, look at it, monster volume today. So if you like penny stocks, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, NIO, and as of now, the price is still just, this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the video from yesterday, but if you did, hopefully remember me talking about that red line there at 725 being the main area of resistance, and you can see that this morning, price actually got through it, but that didn't last very long, and price fell right back below it, but it spent the remainder of the day slowly creeping upwards, and now when you bring back in that area of resistance right there, you can see nice little wedge pattern has formed. In fact, you could call this an ascending triangle if you wanted, which is a bullish pattern. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern doesn't guarantee that the price is going to go upwards. But I don't think anybody would be shocked if this thing all of a sudden gets more momentum, because all it takes is a little bit of a break to the upside, and call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. That break right there could certainly bring about more buying pressure and more upwards momentum. So if I were to summarize this very quickly, I would say NIO, ascending triangle, and we'll see what happens and see if the bulls can get the upside breakout on Thursday. Next one, API. Interesting scenario here. And just to give a little context, big gap up and then a nasty, nasty pullback. And this is one of these situations when the price starts to get down around here, it becomes a very wise, very valid question to say, is this a gap and trap? Is this just some sort of pump and dump where the thing's going to drift right back into oblivion? And as of now, seemingly no, because not only did the price level out, but as you're seeing now, the price has actually started to work its way back upwards. So that makes it very valid now to at least throw out the question, is this thing coming back to life? Is this thing getting ready for another surge of momentum that, who knows, maybe brings it back up to those highs? Now, it makes sense here, but case in point, let's say the price was still dropping, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, is this the start of something bigger? Is this thing getting ready to head back up to highs? You'd be totally justified to say, wait, what are you talking about? The price is literally dropping straight down. What do you mean is this the bottom? What do you mean is this going to curl back upwards? But that's not the case here, because not only has it leveled out, it has started to go back up. So to be fair, maybe this thing just rolls right back over. That's totally possible. But that is a two-sided coin because, maybe this is it returning back upwards, coming back to life, and this thing's getting ready to rip and roar back to the upside. So if you like these scenarios where you get a big, nasty pullback, but then you start to see some signs of life again, and you can throw out the question, is this sign of life going to turn into another big move to the upside? Definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, DUO. Been tracking this one very closely, and this thing continues putting the higher highs and higher lows. And from a trend building standpoint, that is what it's all about. So let's just get the newest updates into play here. So new key level of resistance, I would call right there at $4.47. You can see earlier on in the day, price struggled around that level right there. And then even last 30 minutes, price got somewhat close to it, but it's certainly knocking on the door. And just because it's close doesn't mean it'll for sure break on Thursday, but more than valid to think that, yeah, I think this thing's got a great chance of potentially breaking it on, Thursday, given how close the price is to it. And like the other ones where you had that nice little upward slope to it, you have that here again. So yeah, there was a pullback from these highs, but after that, the price has been quietly creeping back upwards. So now it's just a question of, will the price be able to break up through there? We'll have to see what happens on Thursday. In terms of levels of support, again, the ideal level, that being the area where, what would make this chart look the absolute healthiest moving forward, that would certainly be if the price can stay above that level right there. But if the price doesn't hold above it, not the end of the world, because you do have that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average. So as that line moves itself higher and higher, as long as the price stays above there, then overall the chart is in full power. Next one, NVDA, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the video from yesterday, but if you did, hopefully you remember me mapping out that support line right there. And I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but to pat the power of charts on the back. Check it out. And if you don't believe me, if you think I just threw that line in there, I'm not offended. All you got to do is go back and watch the video from yesterday, and you'll see that I did indeed put that line down there, and just a classic example on the power of charts. So congrats to anybody that watched that video, got some contracts, whether it's options or shares, because you got an absolutely beautiful bounce. So moving forward, nothing has changed from the support standpoint. Still 115.15. But the big question mark now moving forward is, as I speak, the price is right at that purple line there, which you can see previously has been very, very rough and a very stubborn area. But the price is at it, which leads to a very exciting question. Can the price break through it? And if so, is that going to lead to more momentum? So it's really as straightforward as that. Doing battle with the 50-period moving average. Does it have enough power to get through it? And if so, is that going to lead to another round of upwards momentum? Grab your popcorn for Thursday. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use, or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage there you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one, JOBY, and to state the obvious, very, very impressive move today. Actually, a very crazy opening. Gapped up, nasty opening 30 minutes, dropped all the way down here. Then all of a sudden, the next 30 minutes came ripping back upward. So yeah, quite the eventful day today, no doubt about it. So let's map out some areas of support and resistance. First level, really just a basic question. Where did the party finally stop today? And the party finally stopped right up there at $6.32. So no fancy logic other than just very basic question, but a very revealing question. So moving forward, right there, $6.32 will be the main area to watch from the resistance side of things. In terms of levels of support, again, that ideal level area that would make the chart look the strongest and healthiest moving forward would be if the price can stay up there above 590. But if it doesn't, from the overarching standpoint, just watch that purple line there as it moves itself higher and higher and gets more and more relevant. But all things considered, great movement today. So if you like volatility like this, you like stocks down below the $10 mark, I'd certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, ticker symbol WHLR. Very nice pattern here has formed. So let's just get this pattern drawn into play. And bottom part of the pattern, you can see right there is the support. So let me change that to green. And then top part of the pattern is actually, I'm just going to use this trend line right here. The pink line, which on my chart's denoting the 200-period moving average. You can see, I mean, it's certainly already got a track record right here of acting as resistance. Not necessarily the price having problems breaking above it, because as you can see there, the price has gotten up above it, but when it comes to staying above it, that's where the problems have shown up. So keep an eye on that as a main area of resistance. And then, so if I just extend this out as our resistance, and then extend that out, and then factor in the big surge right there, you have a nice little bull flag pattern here that is formed, within this little miniature consolidation area here. So keep an eye on that if you like bull flags. Definitely a big mover. So going back to the whole talking point of if you like volatility, then this one definitely had a whole lot of that when you stop and think that, at one moment just yesterday, the price is down here below $8, and then today it was up over $16. So like I said, that's definitely some quality volatility. Next one here, TSLA, Tesla, and definitely some updates need to happen as today was pretty rough. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level up there as it served its purpose. But the first key update comes about just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. And yesterday I had that trend line as support, but with the price now below it, changed that to red. And I mean, you could throw this right into a textbook. Classic technical analysis. That support right there acted as resistance. Again, acted as resistance. And it's one of those resistance levels where it's not about the price failing to break above it, because both these instances, the price did break above it, but then the momentum just disappears. So that's definitely going to be the initial main area of resistance moving forward. If the price can't push up through there, next key level you'd want to watch very closely would be the 50-period moving average, right now valued at 255.15. In terms of levels of support, all eyes on the pink line right there, the 50 or 200-period moving average, and that's exactly why. Check it out, the power of charts. What a coincidence, right where the price decided to go sideways and then get a bounce right at that 200-period moving average. That's not to say that if the price goes down there again, it's guaranteed to happen again, but it is to say that you would be reasonable to think, hey, I think the price could bounce from there before because it's happened, before. But regardless, that is definitely a very important level. So if you're just kind of wondering about the overall health of things, if the price were to go back down to that pink line and break down through it, that would not be a good sign. Next one, TIGR, and very, very nice setup on this one. Got a bit of a pullback, but it's now and kind of been a common theme with a lot of these. Just slowly has crept its way up the remainder of the day after this deeper pullback. Or if you just want to do lows, you can see these lows have gotten higher and higher. And if you envision those as stair steps, got some stair steps progressing in the upwards direction there. So let's just kind of map this. I want to use a trend line to more so illustrate that. So we have that area right there as support, and then resistance wise, it's not necessarily a clean area of resistance because you have kind of data points all over the place. So what I'm going to do is just split the difference and call it that level right there at $8.50. So $8.50 in my mind is that key level, and then just to convert this into an overarching pattern. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move here. For you golfers, put the golf foot on there, make it a little more visual. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So if you like bull pennants, then certainly keep an eye on it. Next one, TQQQ, and overall, definitely a very well-defined pattern here is forming, especially from the resistance side of things. Maybe you've already noticed it, but when I drop this line right here, I mean, all sorts of data points right here around $70.45. I mean, you can see rejected, 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 and it's just continuing to hover right around that area. So yeah, moving forward, $70.45. Going to be the key level to watch very closely, but also the level that you want to just keep an eye on too is that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, which is at currently $70.67. But again, that is a moving average, so that number right there is going to move around and change on Thursday as that line continues to move downwards. But anyway, look at it, $70.45, definitely a main area of resistance on this one. And then in terms of areas of support, I want to get a trend line into play right here. And then there's a couple ways you can approach this. Number one, and ideally, you want to see the price stay above that pink line there, which you now know is a 200-period moving average. But even if the price doesn't quite hold above it, not totally the end of the world, because there is still hope that the price would stay above that trend line right there. But if the price just crashes down through both of those, that would be one of those signals that, all right, the bears not only are maintaining control, but they seem to be gaining that much more control. But we'll see what happens with it. Interesting pattern here, and the pattern's running out of room, so it's looking like a decision is definitely going to be needed to be made on potentially Thursday, but certainly by Friday. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders, if you like what you saw here, then again, go get signed up for this free live class. It'll be very soon, Thursday, October 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So hope to see you there. And it is genuinely live. So I say that because there is a question and answer. So please bring your questions and I'd be happy to answer them live for you. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. I am now on the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours of time. And that's because Bitcoin is open 24/7. In order for this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible, I want to look at a longer time frame. But basically a case of deja vu, because essentially 24 hours ago at this time, the price was right here at that pink line, and the big question mark was, okay, what is going to happen in regards to this level? And as I speak, once again, you can see the price is, well, right back at that pink line. So let's just assume you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it. Question number one becomes, where is the price relative to 60,200? Any question or any answers where you're saying the price is above that, that's a good thing. That is a good thing regardless. Even if the price is sitting right around here, that's good via the fact of, well, it's still going sideways. It's still consolidating. You can still make the argument looking like a bottom is forming because, well, you'd still have a bottom right there. So any answers that the price is above there, that is a good thing. Now, also common sense will take you far. If you're saying, well, Clay, not only is the price above here, the price is actually all the way up here. Okay, well, that would be telling you that not only did this bounce from the 200-period moving average, it bounced in a very, very big way. So, but at the end of the day, the question starts with 60,200. Now, if you're saying, well, Clay, actually the price is down below that level, next immediate question is, okay, well, where's the price at relative to 57,500? any sort of questions at the price or any sort of answers with the price being down below there, that would be a big red flag and that would be telling you that something's no longer right for Bitcoin and the bears have gained that much more strength. Now, I'd be shocked if you're answering that question that way, but nonetheless, that would be kind of one of those do or die levels of very, very significant importance. But as of right now, the price is hanging around that 200 period moving average. So can it hold? I'm a little jealous of those of you that are getting watches 10, 15, 20 hours after from now because you have a better answer. But as of right now, that's definitely the primary question. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to definitely get signed up for this free class because what you're learning about can and certainly should be used within the world of Bitcoin and crypto. So go get signed up. It'll be very soon, Thursday, October 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I hope to see you there. If you enjoy these top 10 videos, then as always, hit that like button. Make sure you're a subscriber. If you have not yet, hit that subscribe button, and let me know if you have any questions or requests down in the comment section, and go get signed up for that free class. Thanks for watching.